Okay, so last time we did the configs with the subnetting. You can check the videos again online. And yeah, today we'll start with part 3. So I'll show you how to do all this stuff. So how to do that? It's something we did many times. There is nothing new. And with Cisco, there is nothing new. You just need to practice the same thing many times. You see, everything's about practicing, doing the same thing many times. That's all. Who want to log on? Okay, so if you have these questions, how to do them? So to disable DNS lookup, it's no. Okay, let me open first, then I copy paste for you. Packet transfer. Only one secret for Cisco CCNA. Study every day at least 1 hour theory, minimum 1 hour packet tracer. Every day. Don't skip a day. Every day. Then you'll be fine. So let's say you have a router here and you need to disable the DNS. And we need to disable the DNS. One second. Okay, so when you're here, you tap no to avoid questions. Enable conft. So if you want you to disable no IP domain, yeah, so this is the command to disable the DNS, no IP domain lookup. You come here, that's no IP domain lookup. That's the command to disable the DNS. Now, if you say what to change the name of the router, you need conft hostname. Hostname is a command to change the name of the router. So what do they say? You must follow exactly what is written here. If we say router 1, you must write exactly what is there. Hostname router 1. Press enter. And the name has changed. Now, if we say configure the switch host name, switch 1, it will be same. Configure a banner. If you didn't specify yourself, you can create. So to configure a banner. So all these are in CCNA chapter 2 and also on the videos. To configure the banner, message of the day, MOTD. You can start with any character. And you end with the same character. You save, do, copy, run, start, because I'm in global config mode. See? Now the password, the console password. So if they ask you to configure the console password, Line console pass line console 0 password. If they show you the password, you must type exactly what is there. So here they say this one, you must type exactly the way you see. If you have an exam or a test, if it didn't specify, then you can create your own. But if it's specified, login, save, do, copy, and start. So the day of your exam, it's not this packet tracer that will open for you to do. It will be a web-based packet tracer. For example, if I go to NetAcad, that's why it's good for you guys to practice. I'm going to show you one. Is it? So if you have your CCNA here, you start the course. And if you go down, practice. This one is to prepare for your exams. This one, do it many times. If you open it, it will open a web page with packet tracer. It won't open something like that. You don't need to open any packet tracer. When you click on it, it will open a packet tracer itself. And when you finish, there is an option to say submit, or if you didn't finish on time, it will close for you and give you your mark. So please practice that many times so that you'll get used to. These two, I'm going to put in the WhatsApp. So practice that, do it many times. So as you know, the exam you'll do at Scalabrini, it's the final exam. You first thing first, you must do the course feedback. Then at Scalabrini, if you do the course feedback, it will open the final exam. So at Scalabrini, it's better first thing first, do the course feedback. Then the same thing we did for IT Essentials. Then you do the final exam. Then at home, it will be an exam packet tracer exam. Make sure you have a good connection. You have 3 hours. Then when you click on it, you have to do it in 3 hours. But before that, please practice this one for you to get used to some questions and some stuff. So I'm going to put in the WhatsApp group. We continue. So you have the line console password. So if you go to chapter 2, everything is there. As you know, it is nothing. CCNA, there is nothing new. It practice all the time. Practice. If you go to chapter 2 here, how to save, configure all these things. Basic device configuration, device name, password, how to encrypt the password, the banner. You have even a video. So you have everything to be a good engineer. You have everything. Nothing is hidden. The exam is just to test you if really you did study, and if you know how to do ABCD. And also, if you go in our YouTube channel, we also have a lot of videos. You check CCNA and yeah. So you have everything to. In our time, it was only books. I'm going to show you Cisco books. Yeah, in our time, so in the old days, when you register for Cisco, they give you 2 books. Yeah, they give you this book. And you study by yourself, no NETA card, no internet. And you meet maybe once in class for the teacher to teach you 2 chapters and you go home. See? But nowadays you have internet, you can Google, you can do whatever. So we go back to our, so you know how to disable the DNS, no IP domain lookup. The command to disable the DNS is no IP domain lookup. How to configure the host name, you know, the banner, how to configure the console, how to configure the telnet. For telnet, it's line VTY 04, for example. Password. You type your password. If it's explained in the question paper, you type exactly what is in the question paper. If they say this is use this password, you must use it. When you finish, login and exit. Do copy, run, start. You see? What else? Okay, configure the router interface, and we know how to configure. For example, const show IP interface brief. Show IP. No, and do show. Sorry. You see, so it's showing you there is something wrong here or something missing. Must tap do first because we are in the global config mode. Do show IP interface brief. You see, now I have all these interfaces. So if you have an exam and you don't see the name of the interface, for example, you have this. For example, I say, if you have this, if you don't see the port names like G00 and FA00, you must go to options, preference, and you see, if I click here, they are gone. You don't know which interface is what, the name. Then you go to options, in preference, always short port label. You click on it. Then you close. Then you can see which interface is what. So here, the interface facing the switch is G00. Then you go there. Interface G00. If you need to add a description, facing switch, which one, for example. So the description is just to type something. Then you start with the IP address. IP address. If they tell you in the question paper 192.168.1.1, 255, 255, 255.0, then no shut. Do copy, run, start. So we did that many times. You know how to configure an interface. You go to global config mode, interface, the name of the interface. You can add a description, IP address, you type. You see. If it's IPv6, you type IPv6, and the address that is there, you copy paste on. So you type. So interface description, IP address, subnet mask, we did. The same thing for the switch. Interface description, IP address. Now, if they say the switch should be reachable from device on other network, if I open a switch, I'm going to configure a SDI, enable conft interface VLAN 1, IP address. Just type anything, yeah? But yourself, you must check the question paper, low shot. This is how we configure the SVI, switch virtual interface. Exit. Now, if I say the switch should be reachable from devices on other network, then you type IP question mark default gateway, you see, and you add the router gateway. So if, for example, you have here, if the interface of here is 192.168.5.5, you see. So you see this switch is linked to this router. So, and it means this is the default gateway for everyone in this network. Then you add this IP inside. IP default gateway, and you type the IP address of the router. 1.5. You see. So IP default gateway is a command. If you type, it means the switch should be reachable from devices on other networks. Now, if you want to protect the password, then you know. So to protect the user mode, line console 0, password, for example, CCNA, login, exit. This is how to protect the user mode. We did see that. Now, if you want to protect the privilege mode, enable secret, your password. If you want to encrypt everything, service, password, encryption, to encrypt all clear text passwords. So it's in chapter 2, basic switch and router configurations. You have videos, you have some stuff I did already. So please don't forget to do again lab 10.4.4. It's in the video. Do it many times also. And do many times also this assignment. It's very simple. You have 2 videos. It's very helpful. This assignment, do it many times. The video lab 10.4.4 and the CCNA1 extra chapter 11 subnetting. So you know how to encrypt password. Now if you say set the minimum password length to 12, then I think it's this one I forgot. Is this security? Let me go to the router. Conft security question mark password question mark minimum length. You see. So if you type security password minimum length, and if you say, for example, 12 question mark, if you see CR, it means there is nothing else you can add after the 12. You press enter only. So if you want to create a password to be a minimum of 12 characters, this is recommended. Security password, minimum length 12. Shut down all unused port on this switch. So if you have a switch and it's only one port here that is used, and any other port are not used, and you open the switch, you can tap and show IP interface brief, and it will show you that these are all the ports on the switch. So if you have a port that is not used, see this one, for example, facility F01 is up. It means it is used. Anything else that is not used, you can shut down. How to do that? Const, instead of doing one by one like interface FA02, shut down, you can do one by one. Else, you can say interface range FA0/2, and the last one is what? So from 2 to 24, see, 2 to 24. If you tap that interface, range, interface range FA2 to 24, it means all the port F02, 03 until 024 shut down. Because I'm not using them, then you shut them down. Interface range, shut down. Also some gig interface, you can also shut them down. Don't shut down the VLAN 1 interface because you use it up. So be careful. If you're using a port name, don't shut down. Any others, you can shut them down. Enter description for all unused. So you can see, for example, const interface range FA02-24. It means all interface from 02 to 24. Press enter. You can add a description. I'm shutting. You can support manually shut down because unused. But manually shut down, it means yourself, you need to tap a command, shut down. Manually shut down because unused. So in companies, this is how we do. If in your workplace, they ask you to configure some switches, routers for client or what, they'll teach you a bit, but yourself, you should know a bit of CCNA first. This is how we do. Then you can shut down, you see. And show interface FA02. So if I want to view what's happening on interface FA02, I can see the description. Port is manually shut down because unused. I go to show interface FA010 description, port manually shut down because unused. So normally that's all. Please practice this one many times. Do it on your packet tracer and send it to me, please. I need to show Scalabrini that we do some homeworks. You do your chapter exams in EtherCAD. I send them a register, and all this info, we can show them to the sponsors, to the donors, so that we can give more money to help people. You see, okay, really, you use our money for good things. You see. So please, this one, do it many times, and you'll be fine. Any questions, guys? So also, I'll post in the group next week, Friday. Calabrini want to speak to you guys, whole class. So next week, Friday the 16th. So I will confirm on Monday. So next week, Monday, I'll post in the group to confirm that Scalabrini on Friday the 16th, we want to meet all the students, IT Essentials and CCNA. Because your exams is the following. So Scalabrini will explain how the exam will be, what is next step, what. And also I'll be there. If it really confirmed, on Monday I'll confirm. And we'll have a class again, a revisions. Any question you have, you bring a laptop if you can. Something you don't know, you can ask me, we do together. Also, please, I don't know, I don't understand A, B, C, D. We do again. Last revision. If you finish quick, we go home quick. If you finish late, we go home late. So be prepared. Friday the 16th. So next week, Monday, we'll confirm. Confirm. I'll post in the group for IT Essentials. Maybe we'll start from 9 to 10, and you guys from 10 to 12. Last revisions, last informations before the exam. We'll confirm your exams when you come to do your exam and all of this stuff. Okay, guys, any questions? Sanga, any question?
Yes, sir. This is not part of the exercise we just did now, but I just wanted to ask, how do we set the clock on the router or switch?
Very good question. Okay, to set up a clock, it's a different way. To set up the clock here, it's not in the config mode, it's here. Set, question mark. Okay, nothing. Clock, question mark. Set, question mark. You see, let me start everything. When you are here, question mark. You go, you can say, clock is here. Manage the system clock. It means I can use that clock. Then question mark. I can use the word set. It will set the time. Then I tap set. Question mark. Now I need to add the time. It's 18:38, 50 seconds. You see? Question mark. I can use the month or the date. So let's say today is what? 8 August. Question mark. The year 2024. This is how we set up the clock on a router or on this switch. You start your question marks and we will guide you. Then you tap show clock. Then this is the time that you set up. Any other questions? So if you have questions while you do your exams, write them down. When we meet at Scalabrini, we can explain. Don't forget to do the practice. Also, it will guide you how to do the exams. Assignment, do it. Send me your file, your packet tracer file. Do it many times. And also in the videos, lab 10.4.4, CCNA1 extra chapter 11 submitting. The same thing. So I remember for lab 10.4.4, if you go back in your stuff, CCNA1 10.4.4, yeah, so you see, it's pretty much the same thing. Here you need two PCs. You bring your PCs here. You zoom in. You power on. You zoom back. You have switch 1, switch 2. Switch 1 is here. You have the router. You can zoom in if you cannot see properly. What is the router here? R1 is here. You zoom out. You put R1 there. You zoom in to double check if the names are correct. You see, zoom out. So for your exam, you don't need to save anything. If you click on the exam, it will open this and another page where you can click on submit. That's why I prefer you to do the practice exams many times. So that, then you need to do your cabling, switch and router. Straight cable, switch FA05, and to a router is G01101. You see, power on. You zoom in. The router you must power on. The switch you don't need to power on. The only thing for the switch, if you need the console port, you right click area, then you could see the console port. See, you zoom out. PCA to switch, you can zoom in. Here, port F06. See, PCB, PC to the switch, port 00. On the router, if it's too small, you zoom in. Port F0 or G00 or what, you zoom out. This is how we do the cabling, and you have 90% already. Now, if you want to do the configurations, you need a console cable. Console cable for the switch, for the PC, you go to RS232. And if you want to configure the switch, you right click, rear, you put the console cable here. It means PC A is connected to my switch. If I want to configure my switch, I open the PC, desktop, terminal, because I'm using a console cable, okay? And you are in your switch. From here, you can do anything. So you can do anything. The same thing, if you want to configure the router, you can zoom in if you want to. You right click, rear, my cable is here. And if you want to remove it, you come to here, go to console port. Make sure that it's really the console port. Huh? It's not console port. It means now, zoom out, my PC is connected to a router. Now I can configure the router. You click on the PC, terminal, okay, enter. Sorry, no. I'm in a router. It shows router. I tap enable, conft, and I can do anything I want. Huh? And close here if you want to when you are done. Always when you do, don't forget to save, copy, do copy run start or copy run start to save everything. So the day of your exam, when you click on the exam, it will open 2 pages. It will open this one, but it will open first a web page. It will take 2 minutes to load, 2 to 5 minutes to load. Then it will ask you to click on start exam. So you'll see 3 buttons: start exams, submit, save to submit later. So you click start exam, then it will open this. If you finish before 3 hours, you minimize, go to the other page and click submit. Then it will submit your stuff. Okay, guys, thank you very much for today. If there is no class, if there is no questions, just practice CCNA study every day, do labs every day. Focus on 3 labs. The assignment, do it many times. Lab 10.4.4, do it many times. And the subnetting here. So in this lab, they'll ask you, you can right click, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, or you can put it on top here, or here. So everything is here. You can move this one a bit if you want to. The password, it's the same thing, all the same thing. So here you can check your result, but the day of your exam, there is no check result. You just need to do whatever you want to do. When you finish, you just minimize, and the other page, you click on submit, and you will submit your exam. Thank you very much, guys. Today is the last day we meet. If Scalabrini confirms for the 16, I'll let you know in the WhatsApp group that, hi guys, we meet. Scalabrini will explain what we need to explain to you. We can take 1 hour to study, to do some labs, or to answer your questions. You do your exams. 22nd to 26th, NetAcad will be off. It will be down. We're going to create a new system. That's why we do the exams before. So 22nd to 26th, it will be down. So maybe 26th in the afternoon, it will be up. Or maybe after due exams, it only be on the 27th or 26th afternoon, yeah. Okay, guys, if no other questions, thank you very much for today. And we'll meet again